start, let me introduce myself first. My name is Ramira Minerva Seraphina, shortly Sarah. I am from SMP Regina Pacis Surakarta, and I am now on the 9th grade. I proudly present this storytelling video with the theme Finding Identity for Spikizi Story Telling Competition. The story that I wrote and I will tell you guys all, titled This Is Me. Enjoy! Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a village. Apart from the local folks, the village was also full of various kinds of animals that lived harmonious each other. In that village, there was one very good friendship. They were best friends, even though they were different. They were Mimi the cat, Fogo the frog, and Blue Blue the fish. Maybe you guys think it's a weird friendship. How can a cat be friend with a fish and also a frog? Seriously, but it's true. The animals there have seen them spending time together very often, in the tree, by the river. At that time, Blue Blue was very bored. He was tired of playing with the seaweeds under the water. He was also tired of counting the number of uninhabited shells. While he was rising to the surface, Blue Blue found Mimi having a nap on a tree branch near the river, where they usually spend time together. "Hey, Mimi, wake up! Can you hear me?" Blue Blue screamed, calling Mimi from the surface of the water. But sadly, Blue Blue's scream wasn't loud enough to reach the branch where Mimi was sleeping. Fogo, who was jumping over the mud, heard Blue Blue screaming instead. "What's wrong, Blue Blue? What are you looking for?" asked Fogo from the riverbank. "I was calling Mimi, who was falling asleep on the branch over there. It seems that she slept very well." Fogo nodded and took an initiative to call Mimi. Luckily, Fogo was still able to climb the tree so he could wake Mimi up closely. I wish I could be like them. Definitely exciting, climbing up like them, and not just staying in the water like this. Blue Blue groaned in his heart as he watched Fogo jump over branch by branch. "What's wrong, Blue Blue? What are you looking for me for?" "Sorry, I slept too well earlier," said Mimi as she approached the riverbank. "It's okay. I'm just bored and want to play. Do you have any game ideas?" asked Blue Blue. "How about if we look for some shells?" Fogo gave a suggestion that made Mimi think hard about the game. But I can't get into the water," said Mimi. "It's okay. You can search the shell from the nearest surface of the water, Mimi," Blue Blue suggested as he swam into the depths of the water and looked for the shells he had counted before. "Okay." Mimi couldn't refuse him. While walking by the river and looking for the clam shells, Mimi was frantic by her desire to be able to swim and live in the water like Blue Blue. Or maybe she could live on land and in water like Fogo. It must be really fun, Mimi thought. Busy with her own thoughts, Mimi started walking away from her friends, until finally she found a seashell that looked very beautiful. The shell of the clam was pure white and very bright in Mimi's eyes. Then Mimi tried to get into the water to get it. Mimi managed to get into the water and stood strong so she wouldn't fall. She walked slowly towards the clam, which was getting farther and farther away by the current. At last, Mimi realized that the water flow was getting stronger. Mimi was getting away by the current of the river and she could not swim. What should she do? Mimi tried to swim as hard as she could through the riverbank, but the current continued to overpower her. Mimi started to feel dizzy because she was being tossed and tossed around by the river currents that was getting heavier. "Oh no! What should I do? Someone help me, please!" She shouted with the rest of her strength, and then she started to close her eyes. Suddenly, Mimi felt a large hand lifted her from the river. That was a man's hand. Looked like a villager here. The man then took Mimi to the village while drying Mimi a little using his clothes. That's cold. Thank you, sir, said Mimi, which of course couldn't be heard by the villager. He placed Mimi near a shady tree away from the river. Hopefully, the cat would not be drowning again. But Mimi still returned to the riverside where she played with her friends. As Mimi walked toward the river, at that very moment, Fogo and Blue Blue were waiting for Mimi after being missing for so long. Tired of waiting Mimi, Fogo went home first and left Blue Blue alone by the river and waited for Mimi. Alone by the river watching Fogo lapse away, Blue Blue recalled his desire to live on land. It must be fun, he thought. Not knowing what got into him, Blue Blue jumped to the ground. Suddenly, he felt unable to breathe properly. Breathless, he felt breathless. Having jumped too far inland, Blue Blue had a hard time getting back into the river. He flinched with difficulty in breathing and tried his best to get back into the river. Tired and out of breath, he gave up and fell silent on the ground. Not long after that, Mimi ran from the forest to the riverbank where Blue Blue lay. Mimi screamed while she was seeing Blue Blue dying. Blue Blue, what are you doing? She asked Blue Blue after returning Blue Blue to the water. Finally, Blue Blue could breathe again. Hearing Mimi's very loud voice when she saw Blue Blue, Fogo returned to the riverbank and met his two friends. What is it? You guys are so noisy, said Fogo, approaching Mimi and Blue Blue. I saw Blue Blue floundering out of breath on the ground. What are you doing, Blue Blue? Mimi replied, passing her question to Blue Blue. I don't know. I'm just feeling jealous to see you both can live on land. Jump far, run fast, climb as high as possible. I want to do that too, replied Blue Blue grumbling. Why are you envious, Blue Blue? I should be the one who is jealous of you too. Wish I can live in the water, swimming anywhere, and enjoy the underwater world, not just staring at the boring ground. Mimi replied sadly. Never mind. Why are you forcing yourself to do something you shouldn't be doing? If you station on land, live your life on land. You're the coolest cat here, Mimi. And you, Blue Blue, you have been given gills to breathe in the water. Live your life well in the water. You're the coolest fish along this river. Believe me, Fogo interceded their conversation. In the end, they realized that what they already had is what they must accept, develop, and live with. Because they are them, we are we, you are you, and I am me. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked my story. Goodbye and see you next time.